welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for being here. And if you guys would like a free in-depth reading for 10 people, you guys have to say free, add me to the list, however you guys want to word it, in order to get your free reading. So I am doing limited free today, and of course donations for free. I'll be giving out 3 cards. So if you guys would like that, I'm gonna add you to my list. So first person that I see here is Sophie. So I have more spots open. So again, if you guys would like a free in-depth reading with 3 cards, all you guys have to do is like the video, subscribe, and say free, add me to the list, or however you guys want to word it. All right, so the next person here is Jem. All right, so I'll give it a couple more minutes, guys, and then I will call out whoever's turn it is. No worries if you lose your turn. I'll just put you in the back of the line, and hopefully you guys are going to be able to come back to it. All right, so we have nannies. Okay, nannies. And don't forget, guys, that since I've reached 500 subscribers, you guys can also get your free entry to I'm doing a drawing where I give free donation readings and a grand prize to whoever wins. So I will be posting the video today, and if anyone again would like to enter, please let me know because I'm gonna spin the wheel on this later. All right, now you got Carmen. All right, guys, so I'm just going to get started here. So, Sophie, can you post your question since you're up first? And I have 5 more spots on the list. And again, say free, add me to the list if you guys would like a reading. Hello, and yes, of course, Shirley, I'm gonna add you. All right, and Sophie, you can post your question now, Sophie. I'm gonna be on your turn since you're first. Thank you for moderating. All right, Sophie, thank you for your question. And let me see here what the card says. All right. So, Sophie, for your first question, these are the cards here that came out for you. You have the 9 of Wands in reversed. You have the Ace of Pentacles in reversed. And then you have here with the 4 of Pentacles in reversed. So it's saying here that overall, I do think between you and this person, that I feel like there's a lot of opportunities for the both of you to, I feel like, talk and have like a proper relationship together here. But it is saying that before you get that opportunity, it is saying that both of you have to really put in the time and effort to, I feel like, mutually let this connection grow, whether that's spending more time together, whether that's talking more, and it's letting you know that either you or him should be more open emotionally. So you have here with the Nine of Wands, which basically just tells you here that don't give up. Whatever it is that you're doing now, you should basically maintain it. You're on the right path. It is letting you know not to let like doubts or fears or like anything that you're maybe overthinking get in the way, because you're literally quite almost there. With the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, just know that maybe things could just take a while because of maybe like past blockages that might have been caused. Maybe that was maybe like the blocking that might have happened. Maybe it's those times where both of you didn't spend much time together. But I see that both of you here are at least making up for it. And I definitely do think this year there is a potential to be in a romantic relationship. And I feel like having something here together, or just like dating here in general. But in order for that to happen, I feel like both of you with the Four of Pentacles in reverse need to really learn how to be more open with each other, open about your feelings, what it is that you expect out of this person, and just like, being transparent about your guys' intentions is really going to speed things up. So, this is what I get here for you, Sophie, and I hope that this resonates with you. And thank you so much, Nevada. I am so happy to see you here as well. I've put you on the list. And that's the reading that I have here for you, Sophie. And I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you so much for modding. And I really hope that this was helpful. And you're very welcome. And again, guys, Jam, you can post. So, Jam, you are up next. But I just want to remind everyone that since I've already reached 500 subs, if you guys haven't like entered in my giveaway, please let me know if you guys still want to join. I still have time to take people. So far, I have around like 13 people, and you guys are competing for, I think, like 7 or 8 like prizes. So yeah, just let me know if you're interested, and it's basically gonna be giving you guys free donation. So basically, yeah, but whoever it is, like, gets the prizes, and I will put you guys on the wheel of names, so you guys, it's gonna be kind of like transparent. I'll host maybe like a video, or I'll post the video, or I'll do it here on live so you guys can see. All right, so thank you for posting, um, Jem. I really appreciate it. And Nanny, you are on my giveaway. So, oh, my bad. There's 18 of you guys. Um, Nannies, yeah, you are in my giveaway. So you've already entered. So thank you so much for entering. And honestly, good luck. All right. So now we are here on Gem. All right, Gem. All right. And you're welcome, Nannies. All right. So, Gem. Okay. So, regarding your question, these are the cards here that came out. Okay. So you have first with the Hermit in reversed. You have the Ace of Pentacles in reversed. Then you have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, so it's basically telling you that it's kind of like giving you a maybe. The cards are basically saying that, if you want to get that job, then I feel like there's a lot of things that you have to upgrade, a lot of things here that you kind of like have to improve if you want to get this job. And maybe like right now you don't necessarily have all the skills, have all I feel like the required things that they are looking for, but it is still saying to kind of like go for it because there's a chance that your competitors or other people who are maybe also wanting that same job will possibly either decline it or there's just going to be something that's going to happen to them where they're not going to get like the position, so you still have a chance. With the hermit in reverse does say that if there's still no interviews or kind of like anything of that sort, take this opportunity right now to like upgrade your skills. It has to be something that's related to this job. Maybe that's like getting a certificate in something, maybe that's like doing more job trainings or looking back at your experiences and maybe like adding more things that you've done in the past that could be helpful. Anything or any little thing helps, and any little thing is depending on whether you get the job or you don't get the job. With the Ace of Pentacles here in reverse, this scene that I'm giving it a maybe because although you do have very strong competitors or people here who I feel like are very good at the job, there's kind of like an opportunity here where I feel like the people that you're competing against where they're going to decline it, they're not going to show up, or just something conveniently that's going to happen where it's going to prevent them from, I feel like, fulfilling their duties or getting this job here for some reason. So you are being told to kind of like take advantage here of the opportunity. The Queen of Swords in reverse does say here though that if there's anything here that you have to do with like the interview or any other like maybe like things that you have to say, be confident about it, like don't be shy or maybe like hold back. Even little roles that maybe you've held before are definitely going to come here to your experience, so be honest about that and kind of like embrace it. So I'm going to give you a maybe leaning towards a yes. So that's what I get there for you, Jem, and I hope that this resonates with you. All right. So now we're going to be on nannies. So, nannies, you can post your question. You're very welcome, Jem. Thank you so much for your question. I really appreciate it. All right. Thank you so much, nannies. I really appreciate your question. And let me see what I have here for you. All right. So for your question, nannies, these are the cards that came out here for you. So you have with the Ace of Cups, you have here with the World in reverse. So honestly, I do think that you are gonna, get hired or find a job here. But I do see that if you kind of like want it to be like a specific school or anything, I do think you have to really make like a change here in your life. It's saying maybe that's old habits that you need to get rid of, maybe that's like personal things that you're doing that might be holding you back. So I feel like, certain habits, certain attitudes, you kind of like have to change that if you want to succeed in this job. Otherwise, there could be blockages, or maybe just like you might have a hard time, moving up the ladder, or, gaining that financial stability here that you may want. With the Ace of Cups, just say here that I definitely do think you're going to get the job offer. It is saying here that this is something that's going to be offered to you, something where, they're going to give it to you. They think you're competent, they think you have enough kind of like experiences with maybe like children or whatever kind of like sector that you are kind of like aiming for. However, with the death card does say there's something here that you need to sacrifice in exchange for that. Talk a lot about change, new beginnings. So maybe there's something here that you need to kind of like move out of, or maybe something here where you need to change something. Whatever it is, I think it's some sort of maybe, it is. I don't think it's someone, but I do think it's more like a habit, or maybe something that you used to love doing that maybe you can't do it as much now because maybe you have this job here. But in the end of the day, know that this is eventually going to benefit you in the long run. Because with the world in reverse, right now, just say that although things may not be like not be like maybe like the way it's looking forward, or the way that it's not something that you're looking forward to, or something where you're kind of like happy with things right now, or just maybe things seem really stagnant. It is letting you know with these cards that there's going to be a lot of, I feel like, improvement here, and it's just all about learning to be consistent and learning to trust the process. But what your question says, I am going to give you a yes. I hope that resonates with you. If not, let me know. You're welcome, nannies. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. All right, Maitland, we're gonna be here on you. Just for transparency, I'm gonna post like the list that I have so far. So my free and donation is still open. So I have, yep, 3 spots left. For your question, Malin, would is it okay if I describe the person, or you could give me like one initial that you're curious about regarding your question? It's all right. Okay, so Bocal. Okay, it's okay, Carmen. No problem. I'll just do your question next when I finish. Okay. All right, Malin. So thank you for letting me know, and let me just shuffle the cards and I'll let you know what comes out. All right. So regarding your question, these are the cards here that came out here for you. All right. So you have here with the 3 of Cups in reversed, 6 of Cups in reversed, then you got the 7 of Wands. Okay, so it's basically saying here that you do have a chance of ending up with locale, but I do think that it's going to be really hard. This relationship or this connection, for some reason, is riddled with, I feel like, chaos, disorganization, on and off kind of energy. And there's just like a lot of work that needs to be put in this connection if you want to end up with this person. And it's going to take a lot of patience and, it's something where, you're going to need, to be a lot of tests. It's saying that maybe this could be from third parties, maybe this could be, with this person's like really terrible attachment style, but whatever it is, I feel like it's more so on his end where it's causing maybe issues here. So you have here with the 3 of Cups in reverse, which talks about disharmony. It talks about, miscommunications. It talks a lot about difficulties. So whatever it is right now, it is just saying here that there's, you guys are going to continue to have conflicts. It's saying here that there's going to be a lot of maybe like issues that are still going to be, present here in this connection. Even, no matter like what kind of like readings that you do, it's still going to be present unless you learn to manifest it or, you change the way that you approach your energy with him. With the Six of Cups in reverse, let's say here that I feel like this person also kind of like has maybe like other options here. So I feel like maybe you could like entertaining other people, talking to girls, maybe like boundaries. But you honestly do think right now that this person necessarily like respect you or they kind of like see you as someone that would take them back, kind of like no matter what mistakes that he has been making. So it's saying here with this card that there is a lot of, I feel like, different goals that you guys have, and that really causes conflict. But just because this says that it's difficult doesn't mean that it's going to be like a straight up hard no. This same with the 7 of Wands, if you want to end up with this person, you guys have to put in a lot of work. You guys, really have to put in the time, effort, and energy to communicate, change the way that you guys approach things if you want a successful connection. So I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm just going to have to give you a maybe for now because it depends on your guys' effort. So that is what I get there for you, Malin, and I'm sorry that these are the readings here that came out. But I do want to say thank you for being here, and I hope that this resonates with you. All right, so moving forward, we're going to be on Carmen. And you're very welcome. And honestly, be careful with this person, okay? All right, so Carmen, for your question, these are the cards that came out here for you. So you've got the Ace of Swords, the King of Cups, and then you've got the Four of Wands in reversed. So, to be honest with you, I do think this person at least does want to be more than friends with you. But I do get like the feeling that he could be like emotionally unavailable for a relationship right now, or just like not really feeling ready to kind of like step up into a relationship goal. It's saying here that although they like you very much, I feel like they just want to see where things go here for now. And once they feel ready, or once it's kind of like the perfect timing here for them, I definitely do see that they are gonna, be taking action for it. So the cards that you have are the Ace of Swords, then you have King of Cups, And you have here with the Four of Wands in reversed. Okay, so first here with the Ace of Swords. It is at least saying with the Ace of Swords that this person here feels like you're someone that they have great interest. They feel really passionate about you, very excited, and overall just like really like feeling being with you. So I definitely do think if they're not initiating anything now, or maybe there's not much action on their end, I definitely do think they're gonna, give more of that very soon. Open up about their feelings, initiate first, be the first person to kind of like make a move. Because I do genuinely see that they see a lot of potential here in you for them to be more than friends. However, I do think here with the um, ones in reverse, just kind of like says here that I feel like right now they just feel like they're not really able to handle a relationship, whether because it's they have like things that they want to kind of like accomplish right now, or whether they just feel like it's not the right time. I do think they're not necessarily open to, I feel like, being in one right now, getting into something serious. But I do think like casual dating or just, something a little bit more, short term and not so serious. I definitely do think you have a chance here with them right now. I definitely do think once this person kind of like feels more ready, or you give them, like space and time to grow, I definitely do think they're gonna, ask you out or make it a more serious relationship. It is saying here they feel a lot of love and empathy here towards you. So I genuinely do think that maybe there could be like an arrangement where the both of you could talk or have communication about how you want things to go. Beneficial here for both ends. So this is what I get there for you, Carmen. I hope that this resonates. Very welcome, Carmen. And I really hope that this was very helpful to you. If not, please do let me know so I could like change the way that I do readings here for you. Thank you so much. And thank you for letting me know. All right. So after Carmen, we have Shirley and Nevada. So Shirley or Nevada, you guys can post. So whoever wants to post first, I will take. Thank you, Sophie, for moderating. I appreciate that. So I'll give you guys like 15 minutes before I go. All right, no problem, Sophie. All right, Shirley, you can post your question if you'd like. No problem at all. Just let me know what you'd like, and I'll pull some cards here for you. Hello, Shirley. Since it's only a free, you're unfortunately gonna have to pick which one you'd like me to do. I can't do both since it's only one question only. So if you could like rephrase your question, that would be really nice. Thank you. Hello, Nevada. Welcome. You can also post your question, and I'll get to you as soon as I um complete Shirley, since Shirley here was first. It's no problem at all. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate it. All right. So, Shirley, let's pull some cards and I'll let you know what comes out. All right. So, Shirley, you have here with these are the cards that came out here for you. So, you have the Page of Cups, Swords in Reversed, and you have here with the Six of Pentacles. So honestly, yeah, I definitely do think that you are going to relieve, or at least, the sweatshirt that Kay sent you in the next 3 days. It is saying that whatever you may need to find peace with, I do think you're going to be receiving that. It's saying here in general that I feel like there's going to be opportunities for you to maybe like, whatever goal that you may want out of this, I feel like going to kind of like get it. So you have here first with the Page of Cups, which talks a lot about like empathy, talks a lot about, getting an offer or getting some sort of kind of like solution. It is saying here with this card that there is going to be um, some sort of, I feel like, solution here regarding the sweatshirt or getting something here that you want out of it. But the Six of Pentacles does say here that you could also maybe possibly get some help regarding maybe like this specific like sweatshirt or anything. So maybe if you want, help from him, help from other people, I do think that's going to help you get to whatever results that you want out of the sweatshirt here as well. So don't be afraid to kind of like use your resources about it. With the ten of Swords in reverse, does say here that maybe also if you want like other information or maybe like how do you want to use the sweatshirt? How do you want to make the best of it? Like maybe you want to give it away, you want to keep it, whatever it is that you want out of it. I definitely do think you should talk to kind of like Kay about it, and I definitely do think you will have like a good answer here for you. So let me get here for you, and I hope this resonates. Oh, he did. So that's great, Shirley. And honestly, you do deserve all the gifts and, all the presents here that you want. So I'm really happy that he gave you something nice. That's honestly very, very sweet. Oh, that's very good, Shirley. So I'm so happy for you that you have a gift. And thank you so much for the reading. I really, really am happy that you got one. So you got insights on that. Oh, that's amazing. Valentino is a really great perfume. And you're very welcome, Shirley. Thank you so much. All right. So, Vidi, this is a limited free since you've made it. I'll just let you know when it's your turn. And if you're here, you can like repost your question. You're gonna be my eighth person, and I have like two more spots regarding my readings. All right, so next is okay, Nevada. All right, Nevada. So I'm gonna like pull some cards here for you, and I'll let you know what comes out, Nevada. And you're welcome, Biddy. Just stick around because after Nevada, you're next. You're very welcome, Shirley. Thank you. All right, so Nevada. Okay, so these are the cards that came up here for you. The Lovers in reversed. You've got the King of Swords, Eight of Wands in reversed. So it's basically saying that I feel like you're missing or things are missing a lot. It's just because there may be like a lot of like disorganization that the way that you've been like arranging your things, the way that you've been feel like, putting your stuff, saying that there needs to be more, I feel like a more organized, a more maybe like consistent way you kind of keep your things, in order for you to maybe like find them more easier. So you have here with the lovers in reverse, which just says that sometimes you may be putting your things where where it's kind of like not convenient. Like for example, people put their phone in the freezer, or like sometimes I myself put like my pencil for some reason in like the a piggy bank. So like I feel like putting your stuff in like really strange places or maybe like different like environments here could be like one of the things that could be causing you to have a lot of missing things. So if you're kind of like doing that, it is letting you know to just make sure that you have more awareness, or if you want to do something something like that, to at least learn to keep track of it in a more, I feel like, consistent way. With the King of Swords, it does tell you to kind of like maybe like get some help about it. It is saying to trust on someone who may have a lot of experience of maybe like helping you arrange your stuff, or just like someone here who's good at like fixing things, especially if you have like a lot of stuff that you want to keep. It is letting you know to, I feel like, talk to someone that's trusted, reliable, and I definitely do think they won't be afraid to kind of like help you out. With the Eight of Wands in reverse, does say here to also possibly cleanse your energy here as well. I feel like the energy that you have right now may be like a little bit heavy, maybe a little bit chaotic. So it's letting you know that you may also need to learn how to, calm your nervous system down a little bit. And I feel like if you're able to kind of like do all of these, you should be able to find your things much easier. So this is what I get for your reading, and I hope that this resonates with you. If not, please do let me know. And I hope that this reading was able to help you in any sort of way. All right. Viddy, are you still here, Viddy? And yeah, I see. But you know what? I believe you can do it. I got it. So I think that, it should be an easy problem to solve for you. You were? Oh, I see. Well, that sucks. But I'm at least glad you got some advice on it. So just be sure to apply what you learned here to the tarot in your everyday life. You're welcome, and thank you for getting a free reading. All right, Vidi. So, Vidi, you are up next. Let me know your question. Um, those are like different. So you have to choose because feeling is more so like, emotions, and I feel like thinking is more so like logic. So I feel like those are two different things. So are gonna have to like reword your question, or like think or feel, and let me know which one you'd like. Okay, you can do that question, and let me see what I have here for you. And it's okay, it's no problem at all, Viddy. Um, okay, so sorry about that pause. I was trying to like get into your energy, but these are the cards here that came out. You've got the Two of Wands, Six of Swords, and then you have the Three of Wands. So honestly, no, I don't really think that your dad hates you, to be honest. I see here that you just may have a hard time of, letting you go. I feel like that's because they see you now as someone who's kind of like independent, someone here who maybe has like their own free will, autonomy, and you're an adult that, at least from their perspective, that they feel like they feel like you're someone here who I feel like maybe like doesn't need them anymore or relies on them less. And I feel like maybe in some sort of way they act the way that they do because they're afraid you're forgetting them and they just kind of like they really don't know how to kind of like deal with it. So you have your with the Two of Wands, so they do see you as someone here who's kind of like independent and adult, someone here who knows their own way. They think that you're someone here who's honorable, someone here who is very adventurous, but also someone here who has a really strong will. So at least from their point of view, they have a hard time maybe like making you change your mind because you have your own ideas, you have your own thoughts, and from their point of view, they think that you're just very, very stubborn person to deal with. And I feel like just like having the thought of you kind of like moving away here with the Six of Swords, say that although it's happening slowly, it's letting you know that by moving in a way, by transitioning, he's having a hard time dealing with that. And it's just saying that they feel like once you grow up or once maybe you reach the point of life where you're where you want to be, that maybe you no longer need them. Maybe you're gonna forget about them. You're gonna basically act like they don't exist. Or maybe just like in general, not care about them emotionally like you do when you're dependent on them. But I feel like with the Three of Swords, they are kind of like debating on changing their ways. So there should be some improvement in their behavior, soon once they kind of like realize this. So this is what I get here for your question, and I hope that this resonates with you. Hey, Crystal, I'm doing good. What about you? And thank you so much for letting me know. If once you donate, please let me know and I can get started here on your reading. Thank you so much. And you're welcome, Viddy. I hope that, this resonates. If not, please definitely do let me know. And honestly, good luck with your dad. I really hope things, end up going well. And thank you again. Thank you so much for your donation. Thank you so much, Crystal. I really appreciate it. Is this your usual reading that you donate for? And you can post your question anytime now. Thank you so much. Of course, and you're very welcome, Crystal. I have received it. So I'm going to put you here on my donations. Thank you again. And I'll get started once I receive your question. Thank you for your question, Crystal. And let me just see here what the card says. Oh, right. So, Crystal, regarding your question, these are the cards here that came out. So you have here with the Nine of Cups, the Temperance in reverse, of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Cups, and you have here with the Queen of Cups. To be honest with you, I definitely do think this person has plans and I feel like asking you out soon. So I feel like when it comes to like a relationship or dating together, I do think that, they want something serious here with you. It's the year that in some sort of way they feel like they're done waiting and it's time for them to kind of like take action. But I feel like a part of them kind of like hesitates, Crystal, because they still feel maybe like worried about like how you're going to react, how you're going to respond, and in general, what are you how is this gonna affect kind of like the connection that you guys have right now, like maybe like as friends, or maybe someone who's not a friend but not more than a friend either. So they're kind of like going back and forth with that. With the Nine of Cups, it does say they view you as someone who is like someone here who is like a stable partner. The Nine of Cups does say they find you someone who's relationship material, and they view you as someone who could be like their ideal partner. It's saying that being with you makes them satisfied, it makes them happy, and in just some sort of way, they feel like you guys are really aligned when it comes to value, humor. Maybe that's just like personality, and just like hanging out with you every day, they see that kind of like more and more. So with the temperance in reverse, just say that they kind of feel like because of that, that maybe that maybe like they're done waiting, of maybe just like being hesitant, waiting around, or just like in general, kind of just like letting things be. So I definitely do think that they're planning something here. So it's just letting you know to, be a little bit more, patient with them because they're eventually, definitely going to come through here for you. So because of this, with the King of Pentacles in reverse, does say that, because of maybe like planning things now, it is saying that they're overthinking about how they feel about you. On one end, they think of you someone who's also reciprocating or you have feelings for them as well. But at the same time, it's like they don't necessarily want to, like, you know, they kind of like don't want to like be like like overthinking, or what we call like delulu. Like they don't want to, they think of you like as someone, yeah, you like them back, or like yeah, the feelings are mutual, but like he doesn't really want to like hope on it too much and like get his feelings hurt. So I feel like with this card, it's just saying that he's maybe going to observe you more, maybe try to ask you questions about it, and hopefully get some answers here, or whatever answer that you may have may encourage him to, I feel like, step up more. But I also do think that's not their only worries with the Seven of Cups, because with the Seven of Cups, they find you very attractive. You're very beautiful, you're very, ambitious, and you're always someone who they feel like is a magnet for attraction. So they definitely do think that you have other options. I do think they're maybe like worried about like competition with them. They're worried about how you're going to respond. Maybe even like worrying if they're going to lose you here in general, in case maybe that you reject, or maybe like he doesn't get like the answer that maybe he was hoping for. I definitely do think with the Queen of Cups, because of them seeing you as also who's very sweet, you have a lot of kindness in you, a lot of empathetic, and maybe you yourself are an empath. It is kind of like saying here that he wants to kind of like put it aside and be authentic, because I do think for a while he's maybe hiding, maybe like parts of himself, afraid to open up. But I do think he's at least willing to take this risk here regarding this last card. So that is what I get here for your first question, and I hope that this resonates. Oh, he did? Okay, so this is at least resonating for you. So I'm at least, very happy that that makes sense. You're welcome, Crystal, and I'm so happy with that so far. So thank you for letting me know. I'm glad so far the readings have worked. No problem, Crystal. Let me just pull some cards here and I'll let you know what comes out. And he was such a good lover. All right. I'll definitely let you know what let you know about his energy. So you're in a dilemma now, Crystal. That's definitely very interesting. But yeah, you can only choose one. But you know what? It's best that you choose from the heart because I always believe no matter what decision you make, you're always going to be led, to the right way, of course. Always, pick wisely. All right. So, Crystal, this is a definitely an interesting reading. So, these are the cards here that came out here for you. So, you have the Eight of Pentacles, Wands, you've got the Strength, the Empress reversed, then you've got the High Priestess. Okay, so Crystal, I'm gonna be honest with you. I definitely do think that Justin wants to get with you as well. I feel like have a relationship, have something serious. But I do think that maybe right now he may not be fully ready. So I do think maybe for now he just wants to casually date or maybe have something like short term with you. Maybe that's just like like hooking up or just doing things like on the down low like that. So nothing like too serious or just like being together casually in a short term until he feels ready. They do think of you as someone who's, again, very beautiful. So definitely everyone that you're with thinks you're very attractive. But they also view you as someone here who is like you get bored easily, maybe with partners. And you're someone here who they know that has like really strong boundaries. So at least this person here wants to be careful about how in some sort of way that they're going to approach their delivery to you. So you have here first with the Eight of Pentacles, which says that they think of you as someone who's worth investing. They know that it's really hard, at least for them, maybe to find like a good woman in this world, a person here who is reliable, trustworthy, someone here who's financially kind of like stable or kind of like steady. So they view you as someone here who is, very responsible. And that's one of the things here that this person here likes about you is you kind of like managing your own and him also managing his own. However, with the King of Wands does say that I honestly feel that right now, or at least like this feeling that I'm getting from this person, or like the energy that I picked up as I like pulled out from the collective, that this person doesn't necessarily want like long-term relationship right now. But the King wants, I feel like there's things here that are maybe like unaccomplished or maybe like things that he doesn't feel ready to give um that he has to give up maybe when he's like in a long-term relationship. So I do think this person here wants to be with you, but it's just like at least just for now, for fun. Nothing serious, nothing too crazy. And they're really hoping that maybe you would accept, not accept, or at least, compromise with him if you at least choose this person. With the strength here does let you know that they do view you as a very stubborn person. um, it is saying here that you're someone here who's honest, like you're not afraid to stand up for yourself, and that you're someone here who has, really strong boundaries. You know what you want, you know how to get them, and you're gonna do what you can to get to your goals. So, by having this kind of like attitude and energy, they're feeling maybe like a little bit bad because they feel like deep down that, they're not necessarily, like, putting in, like, the work or, at least, worth pursuing here if this is your attitude, and they feel like they're not giving enough work here for you. So there's a little bit of, like, questioning about it, reflecting about it. Ultimately, with the Empress in reverse, it does kinda, like, tell you here that this person wants to have fun with you. Like, I feel like, they just, wanna hook up right now. They just, want something short term. I mean, commitment is there, but maybe, like, don't expect it to be something that's long term. Of course, they think that you're a perfect partner to them, but I feel like right now they're just not fully available to take on the load or the responsibility of being in a long-term relationship. So with the high priest, that does tell you to choose wisely here and choose the person here that you feel aligns more with your goal. So that's what I get for your second question, and I hope that this resonates. Of course, Crystal, you're very welcome, and I'm honestly really happy that question resonates. If you do have any other questions, feel free to let me know. All right, Crystal. Let me pull some cards here, and I will let you know what comes out. And wow, that's really, really crappy, Crystal. So you for sure, deserve better rather than this person. And of course, you're so welcome, Crystal. Thank you to you as well. All right. So, Crystal, regarding your third question, these are the cards here that came out. So you've got the Lovers, the King of Swords, you've got the Hierophant in reverse, you've got the Two of Pentacles, King of Wands in reverse. Okay, so to be honest with you and him, I do think this person still wants to have that relationship with you. I still do think that maybe right now things in their life are either falling apart or just maybe like the other options, like you said, that maybe he's cheating on you with, or maybe that he's involved with right now. um, I feel like in some sort of way didn't necessarily get him the result that maybe that he wanted out of like this breakup or like this ending in a relationship. So I do think this person here, at least for now, because it's what's I feel like convenient to them in the moment, um I feel like they want to get back together with you. And I feel like in some sort of way, he's thinking that, yeah, like they feel a lot of regrets. They feel a lot of disappointment for, I feel like, the way that they've treated you. But at the same time, it's kind of like saying here that this act that they have is, just temporary. So if you take them back, they're basically gonna like screw you over again, or maybe like how do I explain this? Like do what he did before. Um and just like use you still as someone who's, just like an option. Like you're basically only there because, it's what's convenient for him at the moment. So you have the lovers, which does say that I feel like right now, at least because maybe like circumstances right now aren't doing good here for him. I do think that he's wanting like a relationship with you. They feel here that you're a very sweet, you're very affectionate, and a very generous partner. So I definitely do think because of you having those characteristics, because of you having, maybe like these things, they want to get back together here with you. And the lovers to say that they're even willing to, I feel like maybe even like put in the work of talking to you, maybe like sweet talks, or like convincing you that, hey, we should get back together. This is something that's worth it. Like I've changed, I did what I can, and I hope that you still feel the same way. But with the King of Swords, it does say that when this person does roll around, it's important that you reinforce your boundaries here. It's letting you know to, I feel like, be honest with yourself, to, I feel like, speak your truth. And honestly, go on Hinge, go crazy on him. Like, honestly, he deserves that. It's saying here to stand up for yourself and know that, you're not going to waste your time on, people who treat you like this, Crystal. With the Hierophant in reverse, the same, I do think um, right now with everything else, I feel like the things that maybe he's involved with himself in, there's regret. I just honestly do think that there's like a specific goal or maybe like something that he may have wanted out of other people that he's with. Maybe that's like something long term, someone who could put up with him, someone who could give him like influence, someone who could, like boost his life. Just says here that, he didn't exactly get what he wanted. So I feel like he's wanting to change people. He's wanting to find something where it brought him comfort. But to be fair, I do agree that he is. He like uses people and he's not necessarily there, for something serious or, he's wanting to, I feel like, take away things that you have just so that he could, have things better. I'm not sure if that makes sense to you, but I feel like that's the energy that I get here from him. But it's kind of like he's 50-50 still, because honestly, with the Two of Pentacles, does say he thinks of you as someone who's moved on, but also maybe someone who doesn't. So, at least from his point of view, that, it's still 50-50. He has a chance to how do I say this? Like a chance for you to maybe like feel bad for him, and then there's also a chance where you could reject. So he's thinking of you as someone, yeah, you grew a backbone, but like, I feel like it depends on your mood on whether you're gonna stand up for yourself or not. So the King of Wands does say that I feel like for now, maybe he's, gonna stalk you, maybe watch you, see how you're doing. So the King of Wands in reverse does tell you to kind of like watch out for these signals and signs and just prepare yourself to not go back into the terrible cycle that you kind of like endured with him. So this is what I get here for your readings, and I hope that they resonated with you in some sort of way, or at least it was helpful. If not, please definitely let me know. And yeah, I do agree. He is a user, so he'll just, be with people who's convenient for sure. And of course, Crystal, and you are very, very welcome. And since you've donated to me as a thank you, what would you like as your oracle card? You're eligible for one. And I'm glad. I was kind of nervous there that it wasn't going to be. So I'm happy for that feedback. All right. Thank you so much, Crystal. And just let me know once you've donated again. Thank you so much for your support. Hello, Crystal. Sorry, I just went out for a bit. You donated. All right. Thank you so much. I received your donation and you can let me know your questions. Before I do get to your readings, Crystal, I'm actually doing like a giveaway when I reach like 500 subs. So if you're interested in joining, let me know. For like winners, I'm doing basically free donation readings. So depending on what position you win, you could get like the lowest, like dollar one up until the highest, which is basically a customized reading. So if you want to join like the giveaway, please let me know so I can add you to the list. There are 7 or 8 spots that you can like join in. And yeah, just let me know if you want to be added so I can like add you to my list. And hopefully you win something because I'm gonna be like maybe live streaming or maybe like just like posting a video about it. All right, Crystal, let me just add you. So there's 20 people and around 7 to 8 prizes. And I'm wishing you luck. I hope you win something out of it. Crystal, okay. All right. All right, Crystal. You are officially here on my list. So thank you for joining and you're very welcome. And since you've donated, you can let me know your question and I will get a reading for you here. So thank you so much. And you can post anytime. All right, Crystal. Let me see what I have here for you and I'll let you know what comes up. All right. So, Crystal, regarding your first question, these are the cards here that came out here for you. So, you have the Five of Cups, Knight of Swords, you have the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Page of Wands, and you have here with the Magician. So overall, I am going to give you a yes that I definitely do think that you should put up your high John the Conqueror and Shango altar. I think that by doing this, I feel like it shows more of your personality, who you are, and I feel like you're definitely gonna be meeting some interesting people. It's gonna open you up to, I feel like, a lot of, like, opportunities here for you, so it is letting you know, to, I feel like, definitely go for it. Really don't, mind if there are people who tell you, like, "Don't do it," or people here who make fun of you. Because I feel like at the end of the day, by doing so, it's really gonna open you up to a lot of new connections here on the internet, like, for the good. So you have the 5 of Cups, which just tell you here if maybe there were things in the past that maybe, it wasn't what you hoped for. It is letting you know that I feel like this time around, that there's gonna be some change here. If there's something here that maybe you were disappointed about the account, or maybe that's mistakes, or maybe that's just maybe like things here that, caused you to be sad. It's letting you know that times now are different and now you have like another opportunity present yourself, another opportunity to, I feel like, show the world here who you are. It is letting you know not to let anything stop you. Maybe that's like other people, maybe that's like doubts, but it is letting you know here too. I feel like take this opportunity, and don't let your past setbacks like hold you back. With the Knight of Swords does say here that I feel like you should honestly, or at least the universe is suggesting that you should post, I feel like things here that are like impulsive, like not in a bad way, just like things that maybe I feel like are random or what you're feeling at the time. I feel like, especially if it's a public account, you're going to be attracting a lot of people who may feel the same way that you do, or at least I feel like a lot of people who may kind of like relate to you here. It is letting you know here with this card to kind of just like you don't necessarily have to like do anything crazy, just as much as possible be authentic in the way that you are feeling right now. I see. You should definitely, do some cleansing. Every time, maybe like after you put it up or before you put it up. So I definitely do think by doing that, it should at least give you a little bit of a boost if, they're kind of like getting back your Jesus altar. But there is honestly telling you that there's more benefits to it than there are setbacks. So as much as possible, don't let, anything that may have happened in the past from I feel like, getting you to where you want to be. Because yeah, it's confirming here with the 7 of Pentacles that, this is something that although may take, some time to I feel like get things done, or at least get to the goal of where you want to be regarding this altar. Um, I do think, it's going to be something here that you have to be consistent in. Put in a little bit of an effort. It is saying here with this card that there are a lot of opportunities here that you're going to miss if you don't like put it back up. It is saying here though that just because other people may be getting past it, that you should have additional resources besides it as well. I do think that that could be very helpful. With the Page of Wands does say here though that I feel like besides this could like I feel like like one of those things where it's like your lucky stone, your lucky charm. I feel like honestly these are one of those things. So I do think this could bring you luck, success, opportunity, and happiness if also you put it back. It's saying here it will lead you to opportunities to things that maybe you didn't really expect to get. So honestly, take this moment to just put it back up with no hesitation. And know here with the magician too, as much as possible, manifest. It is saying here that, if you believe in yourself, if you take your spiritual growth, your spiritual learnings, and, you apply them and you put your force for good, you can really change your life here. So to answer your first question, I'm going to give you a yes, that you should definitely put your altar back. And thank you so much, Crystal. I'm really glad that my readings resonated with you. Thank you for letting me know, and I hope this one was also really helpful for you as well. You're welcome, Crystal, and you're very, very, very welcome. Thank you so much, Crystal, and let me see here what the card says. Okay, so Crystal, for your second question, these are the cards here that came out. You have the Sun reversed, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Wands, Five of Wands in reversed, and you have the Nine of Swords in reversed. So to be honest with you, I don't really think that she regrets slandering you. I feel like it's more so in a way that right now this person more so like feels bad that maybe the slandering that they have given you or the things that they've done to you didn't necessarily get them the results that they fully want. So I feel like the feelings are more so like disappointed, they're sad, they're, regretful for not maybe like choosing better strategies. So I definitely do think here they're kind of like rethinking on how to approach you, how to maybe like have a proper relationship here with you. So it's just saying here that maybe just for some time that they may want to have like a civil connection with you just because maybe right now they feel like you have the higher power. So with the sun in reverse does say that at least from their perspective, whatever, goal that they have for like slandering you, there was like a half success. So they definitely don't think that whatever it is that they want they didn't necessarily get. So it is saying with this card that there's a lot of disappointment they're feeling. There's a lot of rethinking strategies, but also in some sort of way a little bit of satisfaction that at least even though it's not like the whole like slander that you experience, you're at least at least worked like a little bit. But I do think, just like for now here, to be honest, that they may want to stop slandering you with the Queen of Pentacles, because they feel like right now maybe you have the higher power. There's maybe things right now that you have that they necessarily don't really have right now. So it's saying here that they feel like they have to be nice. Um, they have to be maybe like civil to you, they have to be formal, because maybe like if you see them, acting this way, maybe it's like one of those things where you feel like, your guard is going to be down, and then you're going to let them in your life, and they're hoping that things are going to be okay, and then they can eventually you know um slander you here. With the Three of Wands, does say here that in some sort of way, they're kind of like thinking about also maybe like future like strategies, or maybe kind of like slandering you, but maybe just right now um they feel like now isn't the right time. So I feel like you should also be very careful with maybe like how you present yourself. What information are you telling them? Because it's saying here with this card that there is a lot of maybe like information that they're kind of like, you know, getting from you. So it's like, they're waiting for the right time for you to mess up. The right time to, I feel like, maybe kind of like, I feel like, get something out of you here that can be like very useful to kind of like slander you here. So that's good. I don't think that you should go in contact with your mom, because they're waiting for opportunities and information to feel like, go against you. So you should be very careful. And I think so too. So please protect yourself here, Crystal. I don't sense good energy. And with the Five of Wands, yeah, honestly, these last two cards here confirm it here. So with the Five of Wands in reverse, honestly, basically tells you that right now they're just maybe being quiet because it's just what I feel like maybe convenient right now to do. But it is saying that they do thrive on chaos. They do thrive in you suffering. They do thrive in you maybe getting slandered or hurt. And like as the first, like in the beginning of the card I mentioned, the more that maybe they slander you, the more joy that for some reason they get. So with the with a Nine of Swords in reverse, just tells you to be very careful. It tells you not to interact, or kind of like put your energy here that maybe you're where your mom is at. So it's just letting you know here with this card to be careful, but you don't like have to overthink it. As long as her mutual friends, place, or family isn't around, I think you're gonna be like just fine here. So don't let her stop you from living your life here as well. So this is what I get here for your second question, and I hope that this resonates with you. So very good. I'm glad that you do avoid her. So that's one of the first steps here. Protect your energy. And hello, Sarah. Welcome. So I hope that was helpful here for you, Crystal, and I hope the additional advice give you ideas on what to do. Hi, Sarah. Um, I'm closed right now, but it will open up after I do donations. So you can just Put free or add, and I'll let you know once it's your turn. That's terrible, Crystal. I see why, you're avoiding her. So she's a really, really terrible person. And I'm sorry that you had to go through something like that. You definitely don't deserve it. And she doesn't deserve to have your energy because of, doing something as horrible as like that. So, as much as possible, just be very careful where you post. And as long as you avoid whoever she's associated with, I think you're going to be fine. You're not crazy, Crystal. I don't think that you're crazy. But if she's telling you about that, then yeah, she's not someone to be trusted with. And you're very welcome. That's terrible. And I really hope that karma comes back to her tenfold, Crystal. And I really hope that right now that you're not struggling financially and you're doing great. I see. So you should really protect your energy. And as much as possible, be very careful about who you open up, about your mom. Because I feel like they could also, like hold that against you or maybe even like talk to her. But yeah, of course, you're very welcome, Crystal. I'm really happy that you're doing well right now. So she did give you a warning. So that's good, Crystal. So honestly, you should trust your grandma, but never trust your mom. So sometimes it takes us a while to realize things, but once you do, you definitely, use that as opportunity to, get away for sure. And I'm really happy that you're okay. As long as you're safe, that's all that matters to me. And thank you, Sarah. That is very sweet of you, Sarah. And you're very welcome, Crystal. Hi, Crystal. Yeah, I think my Wi-Fi is like glitching a little bit, so I tried to like speak, but yeah, I think it was like lagging a bit earlier. But you can hear me fine now, right? I think I've like um fixed the Wi-Fi, like restarted it. So you can hear me now, Crystal? Or can anyone in the chat hear me? All right, you can hear me. Okay, Crystal. So, I am going to pull some cards here for your reading, and I'll definitely let you know what comes out. Crystal, are you still here in the chat? But I think regardless, you should be able to hear this once um the audio catches up. So, I'm gonna pull some cards here, and I'll definitely let you know what comes out. All right. So, Crystal, regarding your reading, um, these are the cards that came up here for you. So you have here with the Strength in reversed. You have the Page of Swords in reversed. You have the Ten of Pentacles. You have the Knight of Cups. Then you have with the Nine of Wands in reversed. All right. So, it's basically saying here that I feel like they did in some sort of way know like how horrible your mom was. But I do think that for some reason they may have a hard time like stepping up or at least standing up to kind of like your mom. I feel like there's something about like her energy that's kind of like holding him down or like letting him struggle, if that makes sense. It's saying here that there's something that maybe your stepdad needed, kind of like out of your mom, which is also really hard for him to, I feel like, really step up and, give you the help here that you need. But I do think here, in some sort of way, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but from their point of view, they feel like they've helped you, but maybe just like in subtle ways, ways that aren't obvious. And I definitely do think that, they wish they could have done something sooner. So there's a little bit of regret and maybe like hoping that you could like forgive them in some sort of way. With the Strength in reverse, just basically say that whatever that your stepdad may do, I do think it's not something that he means. So if he maybe said something that wasn't so nice, or maybe like did things that maybe like offended you, they just want to let you know that it's not something that they wanted to do out of malice. It's just something that they had to do because, your mom had something to do with it. With the page of, swords in reverse, they say that they wish that they could have helped you more. Maybe this is why, by giving you to other family members or giving you to other people that might have given them more advice. It is saying here that they feel like there was like a lack of initiative here on their end, and it's letting you know that they wish they would have moved more efficiently, more, I feel like, more like quickly, so you don't have to go through whatever it is that you're going through right now. But I definitely do think that if you're in contact with your stepdad, I do think that with the Ten of Pentacles, that they definitely do want to, like, make it up to you here in some way. Maybe that's just as simple as apologizing. Maybe that's by taking you out somewhere. Whatever it is, because of everything that you've endured, I definitely do think in secret, if they're so with your mom, to kind of like help you out here in the long run. Just, also be very careful in case I feel like maybe your mom might get info about it. But they definitely do want your forgiveness and hope that you and him maybe could like have a better relationship here moving forward. With the Knight of Cups does say that maybe if he hasn't like apologized or maybe like given you the I feel like the closure that you needed, I definitely do think they're coming around soon here with the Knight of Cups. It is saying here with this card that there is a lot of, I feel like, messages or things that they maybe want to clarify on their end. So I do think that a confession is maybe like possibly coming here towards you. Ultimately, with the Nine of Wands in reverse, just say here to just go a little bit easier on your stepdad. I definitely do think he's trying his best, but he definitely hopes that maybe, he could be better right now, even though, like the time has been a very long time. He hopes in some sort of way that he could at least start by doing nice things here to do you in the present to hopefully gain your trust and, just like have a better family relationship here. So this is what I get here for your donation reading for your question. And I really hope that this resonates, or everything else that, you donated for made sense and that I gave you maybe like the right guidance here. If not, then, I'm definitely open to feedback so I could, do you differently. And I want to let you know that as my appreciation for your time and energy to donate, would you like to have like two free oracle cards here as well? And of course, Crystal, you're very welcome. No problem, Crystal. What kind of oracle card would you like me to pull for you? And I'm very happy. I'm really happy that I gave you the reading that you'd like. Hello, Melissa. My free list is now closed. All right. And what would the other oracle be? Would you like two love oracles? Or you would like two different oracles? Just let me know. And I'm sorry, guys. My free is closed. Sophia is my last person. But my donations are open, guys. So let me just shuffle my deck and I'm gonna all right, to love. All right. Thank you for letting me know. So I will basically just read the passage and I'll let you know here what comes out. Okay, so for your question, for your oracles, the first one that you have is Heart of God. Your message here says you're part of something profound, a divine calling. Be led by your heart, and you will not only find your path, but you will become your destiny. There is divine intelligence in your heart, speaking through it, calling forth to love. And the love that flows through you fills out through your toes, dropping on those beneath you like stars falling from heaven. This oracle holds a message for you. Direct the divine, you have a sacred purpose to fulfill upon this earth. It may seem intimidating or unclear or impossible or confusing. Yet, at a deeper level, it's all sorted out. There may be some unraveling and finessing to accomplish, yet it's basically a done deal. Your destiny is ready and waiting for you, so let your heart motivate and inspire you to move towards it. So that was like your first reading. And the second one here says soft. So the message says, a sanctuary bathed in soft light, your heart is receptive, inviting, and gentle. It brings strength to the weary, comfort to the lonely, and healing to the wounded. It's a magnet for all that is needed for you, your beloveds, your world. Don't imagine you must always be the fighter to go against the part of your nature that longs for memory or harmony. This is your time to be in soft, to surrender, to let the subtle waves of your heart invite love and to receive. In doing so, you will give so much. This oracle brings you a message of peace. Surrender now, be soft, even for just this moment of quiet reflection. You have perhaps been working too hard at growing and living. Take some moments to replenish and allow the divine to help you, dear one. All will be well. So, those are the messages that I have here for you, Crystal. And thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And thank you as well for your support. All right. So, Sarah, are you here in the chat? Let me know. And also, Sophia, are you here in the chat? Today, I am going by lists.